I've come here today to talk about the 7 worlds prophecies. I was fortunate enough to grow up with a traditional family, with those that carried the ways of our mother. These changing times are very hard on people, and they come and they ask me what's going on, and I have to tell them, you chose to be born in a world that's called soul sickness. This is a time where we have looked at very horrible things that we carry within us. Grandpa taught me that the first world was the world of love. The second world was the world of kinship, where we learned how to be with one another without judgment. And the third world was the world of time, which created the whole mess. It was run by the people that came to be known as afraid of the dirt, because they were so afraid of anything that had to do with the Sacred Mother. They saw that power was all out here, not in here. And it caused a great disturbance and a rift in the cycles of the world, which took us then into the 4th world, this soul sickness, this looking. And it was actually a challenge that we helped create for ourselves to see, did we really have what it was gonna take to evolve and take this plane to a higher place? The world we move into now is called the 5th world of coming together, like the hands, coming together. When we stand in circle and we hold hands, this is Tanashkada, coming together. About 300 years ago, we entered a time that was called the time of no time. And this is what happens between the transitions of the world. We enter this place where all things are stagnant. And it appears that there is no movement. And yet the movement is within. It is when we look within. And it's almost like if you had an hourglass, you know, you turn it over, or one of those funny little sand paintings they have now, where things integrate, there's different color sands that integrate based on how you turn the frame. That's the energy of Earth and the changing cycles. Right now, she's in flippy floppy. We had a rhyme when we were kids. It was that when the world feels upside down, I feel just fine. When the world feels right side up, I'm all topsy-turvy. That was actually a prophecy about now, because it's about equilibrium. Much of what we see humanity going through is equilibrium. It's not, we look out and we think it is all a spiritual, but our bodies change with the earth as well. And our body, because we, for God's sake, don't take it as a partner. It's just something here to kick around like the dirt in the trees, and I'm sorry if I do that. My goodness gracious, I catch such flack at home. These are my cousins. This is my auntie. I talk to these, and they talk back to me. I meet people all the time. How do we become one with nature? Well, do you talk to it? Do you ask it what it wants? No, I go pray and tell it what I want. Step 1 in evolution. Ask what others want before you tell them what you want. It works much better. Also say thank you first. That was something we learned as kids. When you go to pray for something, you say thank you for everything I have. Why would they give me anything else if I'm not grateful for what I got already? It don't make sense. In the 5th world, we are not supposed to need healers. I'm gonna be out of job. I'm so happy. I get to play with my grandchildren. We'll have no borders. We'll have no law, only the law of nature. This is the way the world was meant to be. But in the soul sickness world, which we now need to move from, we have created such belief in illusion and what is not real. People run round like little ants everywhere. And I have to say, ants are more choreographed than humans, because I know they have purpose. But the humans, they run and they run and they run and they say, I have no time. I have no time to do these things. And yet, I have no time to do these things, but I continue to take more things on that I can't do. There is a logic synapse gap somewhere here, okay? We are conduits. We are the meeting place for this great mother who is alive and breathes, and we walk her and life is created for us. She sweeps our path clean of the big boulders. You know, we are medicine wheel people. And so when we lay our great medicine wheel, we recognize that all the stones that fall on our path, they are the lessons, the challenges of life that we create for ourselves. We understand through the cycles that we see in the medicine wheel, which is a big map of everything, that if I am standing in the south and I have a problem, the north is my problem. Okay? So I know this. And I know all these other directions are there to help me. I know that if I step and stand in the center of the circle, I have nothing but vision. I have nothing but vision because I have combined all the directions and I see them as one. Humanity has made everything difficult by its complexity. It's complexity. How easy is it to go and be with someone because we want to, not because we have to? How many of us are more concerned about the appearances we project than who we actually are? How many of us can speak truthfully to another in ways that are geared to help them look at where they fail to see, and yet do it in such a fashion that they can receive it? How many can get yelled at and know it's not them and not engage in a battle? These are the things the earth teaches us. These are the things of the past that tell us how to be, to walk into the future. And when we can do that, and we can come together like this, well then guess what? We get to go to the 6th and 7th world too. Okay? 6th world is second sight. 7th world is self-fulfilling prophecy. This is how I have been taught. And I have heard this echoed. I heard this echoed from my sister who is Mayan, from my sister who is Nez Perce, Crow, Lakota, lots of stuff, from my Hawaiian elders. Many, the Seneca, the Iroquois, the Cherokee, the Lakota. I talked to the women. I had men teachers the first half of my life. They taught me truth too. And I was amazed because the elder men that I learned from carried the balance. They knew. And they were trying to tell their own people, this is what we needed to do. We needed to learn how to receive and not be running around all the time doing. Mother cannot bring anything to us if we do not sit down and sit still. If we do not get quiet within and receive her voice in the many ways that it comes.